Hello, I'm Thomas Pearce, Senior Director of UX Strategy at JDPower. I'm excited to introduce to you an innovative tool specifically tailored for electric vehicle shoppers called the EV Hub. The EV Hub addresses top EV ownership concerns as addressed by JDPower Research and Insights, from EV charging questions and range anxiety to EV total cost of ownership and purchase incentives. You can think of the EV Hub as having two distinct audiences. First is the consumer-facing EV education that helps educate EV shoppers to overcome the apprehension they may have with an EV-specific landing page that is integrated directly into dealerships or OEM websites. Second, on the right-hand side, is the EV Shopper Assistant, a mobile application that can be leveraged by a dealership sales team as they're talking with a customer on the lot looking to buy an EV. Let's dive in and see what's included in the consumer-facing EV Hub. First and foremost, the EV Hub is built on a responsive design to ensure that it looks and functions great on any screen. In most cases, our snippet is integrated between the header and the footer. The EV Hub is linked from various places on the website. Like for this example in Ford, it's linked from the top level navigation. When you first get to the EV Hub, you're welcomed by inviting imagery, seamless design, and links out to the dealership's inventory. Intuitive navigation and slider containing engaging content is included in each EV Hub. As we scroll through the page, we are first introduced to the educational video content specific for EVs. Topics include charging your EV, benefits of EV over gas vehicles, the ownership experience, and one of my favorites is EV Myths Busted. Let's watch a bit of this video.
As the thrilling lineup of Ford electrified vehicles continues to expand, you may find yourself wondering if a Ford EV is the right fit for you. Let's explore a few of the most common myths surrounding EVs. Myth number 1. Electric vehicles are worse for the environment than gasoline cars because of the power plant emissions. Even when accounting for the electricity used for charging, electric vehicles typically have a smaller carbon footprint than gasoline cars and have zero tailpipe emissions. Myth number 2.
So each video is brand specific and is OEM compliant. And in this example, you can see that we've used all Ford vehicles and are compliant with their style guide and compliance guidelines. The EV Hub is purposefully built to drive customers through the sales funnel. In this section, we encourage shoppers to move through searching the dealership inventory, as well as give them more video content specific to each available model. For example, this Escape plug-in hybrid.
With cutting-edge capabilities and thoughtful conveniences, the Ford Escape makes all your adventures possible. It's a sophisticated-looking SUV.
So it really gives the consumer the ability to find out more about each model available in the Ford lineup in this example, as well as drives them directly to the dealership's EV inventory. Next, charging remains a big concern for traditional car shoppers. We have three main map-related tools that help alleviate those concerns. First is the EV public charging station map, showing the public charging stations within a zip code. Second is the vehicle range map that shows how far you can drive as the crow flies on a single charge. Third, again, is a route planner that, again, is aiming to help relieve charging concerns or range anxiety. And you can see from this example, you're going from Los Angeles all the way to Boston. Next up is EV tax incentives and utility rebates. Incentives can reduce vehicle costs by up to $10,000 depending on vehicle and car buyer. The EV Hub helps to make it easy to find available federal, state, local, and utility incentives at the make model level. The EV Hub gives car shoppers more tools to explore. EV shoppers want to know what truly is the cost difference between an EV and gas-powered vehicle. The EV Hub's cost of ownership comparison calculator helps demonstrate the estimated savings over a 5-year period. This interactive widget compares EV models to its gas equivalent. The total cost of ownership calculator takes into account adjustable fuel costs, federal, state, and utility incentives, insurance premiums, and maintenance expenses. This interactive calculator is quite intuitive and really helps communicate how much a consumer could potentially save by owning an electric vehicle over a comparable gas model. More and more car shoppers are becoming environmentally conscious, and the EV Hub's EV over internal combustion engine or ICE vehicles emissions calculator helps consumers know how much they may reduce their CO2 emissions into the atmosphere. This widget calculates pollution reductions specific to the electric grid at a given zip code and helps demonstrate the positive environmental impact of an electric vehicle. If a consumer is considering purchasing an electric vehicle, charging at home will be essential for their EV experience. The EV Hub's home charger catalog shows available charging options for their selected vehicle. The process of home charging will feel a lot less daunting when shoppers feel informed about home charger costs and viewing the correct charger for the vehicle they are considering. The EV shopper found the right EV and the right home charger, but now how does it get installed? The EV Hub connects shoppers with local qualified electricians that are trained to install a home charger for their new vehicle. And finally, the EV Hub has a FAQ that covers common EV questions such as charging, benefits over EV gas cars, EV ownership experience in a written format, as well as a corresponding video, allowing the user to consume the information the way in which they would like it to be consumed. And last but not least is our dealer EV shopper assistant. This helps dealerships and the salespeople on the dealership floor to be prepared to counter consumer barriers to purchase an EV with information that's always at their fingertips. And it also provides answers for the sales team, whether it's out on the lot by a mobile device or at their sales desk. The EV Hub Shopper Assistant addresses top EV ownership concerns as identified by JDPower research: EV charging questions and confusion, EV range anxiety, EV total cost of ownership, available incentives, home charging, local electricians, and more. The EV Hub is helping JDPower become the industry authority on EVs.